800 years ago, an Ethiopian king ordered a new capital for Christians. On the central plateau of Ethiopia stand 11 churches.
This is the oldest book in Ethiopia.
No more painting, only writing, damaged.
Okay.
The original.
This is the
The
original.
original, Mary.
In Ethiopia's rugged terrain, a significant discovery is set to challenge history and spirituality. The Illegal Ethiopian Bible, hidden for 5 centuries in sanctuary shadows, promises forbidden wisdom that could reshape our understanding of humanity. This ancient manuscript contains cryptic prophecies about future events and passages revealing lost civilizations and ancient rituals. What secrets does this 500-year-old document hold that could transform our perception of human history? Join us as we delve into the enigmatic truths concealed within the Illegal Ethiopian Bible, uncovering the mysteries that lie within its pages. Unveiling Ethiopia's hidden Bible. This discovery underscores how swiftly Christianity took root in Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Bible, known for its prophetic content that diverges significantly from conventional Western teachings, remains a contentious issue in Western Christian traditions. Unlike the standard King James Version, the original Ethiopian Bible includes illustrations and additional books, which some view as unconventional. These elements highlight the contrasting interpretations and historical discoveries surrounding the Ethiopian Bible, emphasizing its unique significance in the broader history of Christianity. Ethiopia's Christian roots are deeply intertwined with its history and cultural identity, having never been colonized by major European powers, allowing its Christian tradition to flourish independently. Ethiopia's early adoption of Christianity, with some tribes embracing the faith as early as the 4th century AD, predates its establishment in much of Europe. This early adoption underscores Ethiopia's significant role in the spread of Christianity beyond the Mediterranean. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, with its rich traditions and distinct religious practices, claims a lineage that stretches back to apostolic times. This claim challenges the Western-centric narrative that often centers on the Roman Catholic Church as the oldest organized Christian body. Despite its antiquity and historical significance, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church's scriptures and teachings have sometimes been overlooked or marginalized in broader Christian discourse. Ethiopia's Christian heritage intersects with its political history, as the church has historically played a key role in shaping governance and societal norms. This intertwining of religion and politics has contributed to the unique cultural identity of Ethiopia, where Christianity remains a cornerstone of national identity and cultural pride. The independence of Ethiopian Christianity from European influence has preserved its unique practices and scriptures, including the Tewahedo Bible. Despite ongoing debates over legitimacy and recognition within global Christianity, Ethiopia's rich Christian traditions continue to highlight its historical and cultural significance, rediscovering ancient Christian wisdom beyond the canon. Throughout history, many sacred texts and scriptures have changed, with various books and stories deliberately omitted from the accepted canon for diverse reasons. The Ethiopian Bible, known as the Tewahedo, is particularly mysterious due to sparse historical records, casting uncertainty over its authenticity. Despite the lack of concrete evidence of corruption, this banned Bible contains scripts and narratives dating back to Christianity's early stages, holding significant historical value. The Ethiopian Bible includes illustrations and additional books, like the Book of Enoch, which are absent from other Christian canons. These elements provide insights largely ignored by Western traditions, revealing a fascinating glimpse into ancient Christian practices and beliefs that have often been overshadowed by more widely known texts. This diversity reflects early Christian thought across various cultures and regions. Critics question the authenticity of the Ethiopian Bible, pointing to potential historical alterations and discrepancies compared to more established versions. However, proponents argue that these texts offer an unfiltered glimpse into early Christian theology before later doctrinal shifts. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church's preservation efforts have ensured these ancient texts' survival, providing scholars valuable insights into early Christian teachings in Africa and beyond. Unlike the 66 books in the King James Bible, the banned Bible comprises 88 books, including 22 additional texts offering deeper insights into faith and spirituality. These extra books contain stories and traditions often overlooked in Western teachings, challenging conventional interpretations and inviting readers to explore lesser-known dimensions of biblical history and spirituality.
Ethiopia was the first Christian kingdom in the world.
Ethiopia's ancient Christian legacy. Ethiopia stands out as one of the earliest adopters of Christianity, with manuscripts predating the formal conversion of the Roman Empire. These ancient scrolls provide valuable insights into the beliefs and practices of early Christian communities in the region. The Aksumite civilization, flourishing from around the 1st century BC to the 7th century AD, played a pivotal role in shaping Ethiopia's religious landscape. This ancient kingdom, centered in present-day northern Ethiopia, was a bustling hub of trade and cultural exchange. Scholars believe that Aksum's strategic location on trade routes connecting the Mediterranean with Africa and South Asia facilitated the introduction and early adoption of Christianity in Ethiopia. Christianity's arrival in Ethiopia was not solely due to missionary efforts, but was significantly influenced by the region's vibrant trade networks. Merchants traversing perilous seas and vast deserts brought not only goods, but also ideas and beliefs, including the Christian message of salvation and eternal life. This message resonated with diverse communities along these trade routes, contributing to the rapid spread of the faith. By the 6th century, Ethiopia had transformed into one of the world's first Christian empires. The Kingdom of Aksum, known for its wealth and impressive architectural feats, including towering obelisks, became a major trading empire and a significant center of Christian activity. There is substantial archaeological evidence supporting the authenticity of the Ethiopian Bible, known as the Ge'ez Bible, used by churches and religious ministries throughout the region. The Ge'ez language remains a liturgical language in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church today. Eyewitness accounts, such as those from Kosmas Indikopliustes, an Egyptian explorer, describe the thoroughly Christianized region of 6th century Ethiopia, with numerous churches featuring unique Ethiopian architectural styles and rich traditions of using scriptures for religious education. These accounts highlight Ethiopia's role as a sanctuary for persecuted Christians fleeing oppressive rulers, contributing to the deep religious roots established by these newcomers. The banned Bible and accompanying scrolls, forming the Tawad Canyon, provide unique insights and narratives that diverge from mainstream biblical accounts, enriching our understanding of early Christian communities in Ethiopia. Illustrating and visualizing biblical stories is a relatively modern concept. From Noah's Ark to the birth of Jesus, a wealth of media now gives faces to these stories and characters, making the spiritual messages of the Bible more accessible. However, debates arise about the accuracy of these representations, particularly concerning the appearance of figures like Jesus of Nazareth. Some argue that assigning faces to such sacred figures might lead to significant errors in depiction. Interestingly, the Ethiopian Gospels, significant in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, don't share these concerns. Contrary to expectations, these ancient texts are rich with illustrations. Written in Ge'ez, an old Ethiopian language, these Gospels are filled with images that vividly narrate the stories alongside the written words. In 2010, an astonishing discovery was made in a remote Ethiopian monastery perched high on a mountain. An ancient illustrated Christian manuscript dating back to the 4th century was unearthed, revealing that Ethiopia isn't just home to the world's oldest Bible, but also possesses the oldest illustrated scriptures. This find stunned the world, raising questions about why these scriptures and their stories are not highlighted in mainstream media or prominent Christian ministries. The answer lies in the distinct content of these Ethiopian holy books. Their stories and teachings differ significantly from the accepted biblical canon, established during the councils of Hippo and Carthage in the 4th and 5th centuries. Any deviation from this canon is often seen as transgressive and unacceptable. These Ethiopian texts, however, offer a wide variety of early Christian traditions, including unique gospels, apocryphal writings, and detailed illustrations that shed light on early Christian art and thought. The Garima Gospels, one of the oldest illustrated Christian manuscripts, are believed to have been created by Abba Garima, a Byzantine royal who became a monk in Ethiopia. These Gospels are not only religious texts, but also cultural treasures, featuring detailed designs and vibrant colors that have remarkably withstood the test of time. This reluctance to embrace the Ethiopian texts highlights a broader issue. Many Christian traditions might not be as unbiased as they seem. The mainstream narrative is carefully curated, often ignoring these unique and potentially disruptive discoveries. The Kebra Nagast, Ethiopia's sacred text, provides an alternative account of biblical stories, such as the Queen of Sheba's visit to Jerusalem, which offers fresh perspectives and reshapes our understanding of Ethiopia's Christian tradition. The ever-changing Bible. The word Bible might make you think of a single book, but throughout history, it has been anything but static. The Bible we know today has undergone numerous revisions and changes over the centuries. Early Christian traditions did not have a fixed version of the Bible, and the canonical texts were frequently altered. Even within the same book, there are different readings, versions, and storytelling styles. Many of these changes stem from the process of translation. When the Bible was translated from Hebrew into other languages, many believed that the original meaning and sanctity were lost due to language limitations or the translator's lack of skill. The first major translation was done by Saint Jerome, who translated the Bible from Hebrew into Latin around the year 400. His work, known as the Vulgate, remains the principal Latin version of the Bible to this day. In Saint Jerome's time, the Bible was divided into two main sections: the New Testament, with 27 books, and the Old Testament, with 39 books. In the first century, numerous people wrote books and scripts about Jesus' life and teachings, but many of these works were never verified. People were essentially making up stories out of thin air, turning Jesus into a larger-than-life figure surrounded by a host of fan fiction. The truthfulness of these stories and books didn't seem to matter much. Writers kept producing these works, and they quickly gained popularity among the public. No one questioned the authors or the legitimacy of the texts. The early Christian converts were so eager to learn about their Messiah and his life that they accepted everyone's word without much scrutiny. There was no central authority or mechanism to verify the claims being made. As a result, many different versions and stories about Christ emerged, leading to confusion and conflict. One authority would share a popular tale about Jesus, only for another to refute it. This situation caused concern among church leaders and Christian ministries. In the early centuries of Christianity, the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD and the First Council of Constantinople in 381 AD were pivotal gatherings, where early religious leaders grappled with significant decisions. At the heart of their discussions was the establishment of the New Testament canon, deciding which books should be considered authoritative scripture. This debate wasn't merely theological, it was deeply political, reflecting power struggles and theological disputes of the time. The councils faced a daunting challenge because there were no universally agreed-upon criteria for what constituted a sacred text. Some texts were passionately defended, with claims that they were direct revelations or teachings of Jesus himself. Ultimately, the councils decided to establish stringent criteria. A text had to be authored by an apostle or someone closely associated with them, ensuring a direct link to Jesus' teachings. This decision excluded numerous other texts and traditions that had been cherished in various Christian communities. The standardization of the New Testament was not only a theological imperative, but also a political necessity for the early church. It provided doctrinal unity and helped to define Orthodox Christian belief amidst diverse interpretations. However, this process also marginalized certain Christian sects and traditions whose scriptures did not meet these rigorous criteria. During Ethiopia's early Christian history, its religious roots were deeply intertwined with imperial authority rather than direct influence from Christ's followers. This period coincided with a politically charged era in Christianity, where the Ethiopian Bible, despite its ancient origins, did not fully resonate with the people's beliefs. Meanwhile, across Europe, King James I of England sought to consolidate authority over the Bible during his reign. His concerns stemmed from the proliferation of various Bible versions, which led to disputes and divisions within the church. Determined to unify and assert his authority, King James embarked on a monumental project to compile a standardized Bible. This effort aimed to exclude texts that challenged his authority, ensuring a version that aligned closely with his political interests. Despite the scientific rigor of the translation process for its time, the King James Bible emerged as a key work in shaping religious discourse and authority in England and beyond. What do you think about these 500-year-old Ethiopian Bibles? Share your opinions in the comments below.